If I leave you there, you're gonna behave or you're gonna get crazy? What's the word, Lisha? What is the word? If I leave you there, you're gonna be you're gonna get bucky or you're gonna behave. What's the verdict here? Hmm? Cause I kind of want to test out this theory this morning. Huh? All right. Good morning, fam. I am going to get right into it. I am currently hoping that the iPad cooperates this morning for the comments, for the chat rather, because I do want to tap in with you guys. My apologies, first and foremost. We're not going to act like yesterday didn't happen. Yesterday didn't come and go. I was supposed to go live last night. I couldn't. I didn't have it in me. So I think low-key I got a little bit overwhelmed for a second yesterday when I realized I had went live on Thanksgiving, which was Thursday. Yesterday was Friday. I would have been going live yesterday. And then I would have had one day, which was Saturday. And then Sunday, the 1st of December, bam, we start Live Miss for 31 days. So I think the realization of like, that's in like 2 days. I think that kind of took me a little bit. And so I was like, let me take a day. Let me just relax. Let me not look at a video to edit. Let me not look at no tarot cards. Let me not pick up the phone. And so that's what I did yesterday. Some bullshit. You heard? Some bullshit. The Emperor, first card out. And the 7 of Wands. Somebody is standing on business. Touche. Touche. I know I was in the middle of like explaining something, but I guess the first download, we're starting right now. Standing on business, I feel like, because Spirit is like, it's okay to give a chance. It's okay to tell someone like, look, I'm willing to meet you halfway with this or with that. It's cool. In the event where your boundary is about to be crossed or your limit is about to be met, in the event where someone, even at the very beginning of someone not pulling their weight, meeting the requirements, at the very sight, at the very thought, that's the way they're giving me this. Do not hesitate, collective, to stand on business. For some of you, I feel like there's a heavy awareness. If you're dealing with someone, whether it's in the capacity of work related, whether it's a family thing, whether it's a friend thing, whether it's a romantic thing, if you're dealing with someone, I think there's this understanding at this point where someone understands, whether it's you or someone else, there's an understanding where someone's like, all right, this motherfucker's standing on business. Like, okay, there is an understanding here. The Emperor and the 7 of Wands. We're going to be tapping in or starting out, because I don't know how we're going to do this, but this deck that I'm using right now is the 88 Tarot. Like I said, tomorrow, Sunday, December 1st, we will be starting our yearly tradition on this platform. We're going to be going live every single day for 31 days. Rain, snow, sleet, shine, it don't even matter. Late nights, like, we're going to do a little bit of everything, which is what we do every year on this platform. If we've been here 5 years together, we've been doing the Live Miss together for 4 years. I'm like thinking, does that make sense? Like, is that the right math? I think so. It hasn't made the 5 years yet. It's about to make the 5 years. Anyway. I feel like what else I had to say. Oh, so we're starting out December 1st with the new moon in Sagittarius. That's day 1 of the Live Miss. And then day 15, I'm like trying to think back to the thumbnails because I put it in the thumbnails so that I don't forget because I already created the thumbnails for the liveness. It's the 15th of December. So the 1st is the Sagittarius new moon. The 15th, we're going to be letting off with the Gemini full moon. And then on the 31st, is it the 30th? The 31st, we are ending the liveness month with the new moon in Capricorn. So December this year has 2 new moons in it, which that in itself says a lot. So we're going to start out, we're going to tap in, and I guess this is going to be a goodbye November read, I guess we can say. Oh, that's what because I'm like, what am I missing? Something's missing here. And I couldn't put my finger on it for a second. And I mean, I guess the message is for you guys, but it's mostly for me. I have the December energy readings for the zodiac signs that I decided to do this month. And so Spirit is just reminding me, like, don't forget to do that today. Set those videos. So I guess tomorrow you guys will see those videos. Mamas, you okay? You basking in the sun? The sun is hitting right here and Charlotte's right here. I don't know if you guys can see her on the screen. Did I say good morning? Good morning. Of course, they would be calling me. This is literally, my phone goes off 24/9. You heard? It's my life. It's like when people be like, yo, you suck at texting. I do suck at texting. Like, you don't even understand how much my phone goes off a day. Sometimes I'll be thinking I responded. Sometimes I'll be blatantly not responding. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm going to respond in 5 minutes. It's crazy. All right. So first energy that we tapped into today. Standing on business. Somebody was standing or is standing on business. There's also this energy, this lingering in the background energy of, if it's you standing on business these days, whoever's in your circle, whoever's in your vicinity, they're very much aware that you will be standing on business. And of course, it could be vice versa. That was the Emperor and the 7 of Wands. For anybody who's just now coming in, the 88 Tarot. The 88 Tarot. I also just want to let you guys know, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be doing the wish list, like 70-30 with the wish list this year for the live miss. It's something we do every year. It's something that was the subscribers' idea. I was kind of talking to the members about that this year. They want me to do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but if in the event that I do, I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can see me. My phone keeps ringing. Like, this is how you know the people that fuck with you and the people that don't. Because why would you call me if you know I'm live? And why do you got my number if you don't know I'm live? Because like anybody who got my number and is that close to me should know what I'm doing right now. I guess that's something for me to think about. You know what I mean? Anyway, Queen of Swords. Very fitting. Queen of Swords. And the Knight of Pentacles. So there's a card under this card that I don't see. that I can't see, right? And I know it, right? I know something's coming. I know something's there. But I just like, Spirit is like, can we just sit with this for a second? Because if you know me, if you've been with me for even a little while, the Knight of Pentacles is a long time. Something has taken a long time to cultivate. Something has taken a long time to come to fruition, a long time. I feel like for someone, it's taken them a long time to reach this Queen of Swords energy. I think someone has always felt a deep connection to the Queen of Swords energy, man or woman. Someone has always felt a deep connection to the Queen of Swords energy, but it was almost like a deep want, like a yearning. Like I wish, man, I wish I could be like Queen of Swords energy, or I wish I could be in my Queen of Swords energy, or there's even this energy of like, I can't wait till I receive my Queen of Swords energy. Like I cannot wait. And so the Emperor and the Seven of Wands that we saw a few minutes ago, that kind of resonates even with this, because there's an energy here of, it's taken someone a long time to get to this point. It's taken someone a long time to reach the point to where they're actually standing on business. If there's any of the queens that is standing on business, it's definitely the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Wands, one might argue, she stands on business, but she's just confident. And it's more so, it's fire, it's flame, it's passion. It's more so like, I'm confident, I know my ability, like I'm doing my own thing. She's standing on business, yeah, but it's in regard to her own shit. It's not very easy, but it's more easy to do that. The Queen of Swords is a little bit different, because the Queen of Swords is more of a mental thing. It's mental agility that comes in with the Queen of Swords. It is Swords energy, but also it's the fact that the Queen of Swords she's standing on business in regard to other people. You're not going to play about me. You're not going to play with me. You're not going to waste my time. You're not going to dick me around. Like, we're not doing that. So there's a little bit of a difference there. There's a little bit of a difference. So again, they're just validating for me internally that Queen of Swords energy. If there's anyone who's standing on business from the queens, especially, it'll be the Queen of Swords. It's interesting to me that I just saw the Emperor and I'm now seeing the Queen of Swords, because if you've been with me for a while, you know that the Queen of Swords and the Emperor to me are the ideal. Most people look at the Emperor and the Empress as, the divine partnership. I have always looked at the Queen of Swords to be that partner for the Emperor and vice versa. I can go on for an hour, maybe even two, explaining why I feel that way. If you were with me when I did the Royals, I did like 2 seasons of that, of those videos, then you understand exactly what I mean. And if you haven't been with me that long, stick around, you're going to see at some point. But I just don't feel like going into the spiel right now. But the Knight of Pentacles energy, again, time. If you are not yet here, if you are still struggling with holding up your end of the bargain when it comes to your boundaries, if you are struggling a little bit with standing your ground and standing on business, it will come. Everything is in divine timing. It's taken you a while. It's been a little bit of a trip here, but everything is in divine timing. And so the card that's under this, wow, is the Seven of Cups. So I'm talking to somebody who is not yet sure how to do this, is not yet sure that they could do this, is not yet sure when, if ever, will they be able to be in this energy. Now, the Seven of Cups energy is also very illusionary. It's more than confusion, it's illusionary. It's something that you may think it's there, but it's not necessarily, and everything isn't always what it seems. Because somebody's making me feel, and I was tapping into this before I checked the card, but someone's making me feel like I've always yearned and always wanted and always lusted for this energy. But I've always yearned for it because it's always, for me, been something that's like out of reach, something I don't think I'm capable of doing. It's like, when you scroll on Instagram and you see people who are fit, who are successful, who are this, who are that, abundant, blah, blah, blah. And you sit there and you think, damn, that's dope. Like, I wish I could, but you can. But by you saying you wish you could, but sitting there and you're still scrolling and you're not necessarily doing anything about it. And essentially what you're doing is talking yourself out of it. I was saying this in the last live on Thursday for Thanksgiving. I was saying how my dad always told me there's two types of people in the world, people who do and people who sit back and watch the people who are doing. You know what I mean? And so it's that energy here of like, for whatever reason, stress, depression, anxiety, for whatever fear, for whatever reason you have yet to pick up and start doing, it almost feels like someone's coming into a new timeline. It's like someone who wasn't necessarily social, someone who wasn't necessarily social, someone who wasn't necessarily hip to certain things or open to certain things. I feel like there's going to be kind of a shift here. I don't know if this is on a personal level. I don't know if this is just in general, but there's a shift here because it's like someone's coming out of their shell is what they're showing me. And on this platform, we've talked for the last 5 years about the cocoon. If you're an OG, you know exactly what I mean when I say the cocoon. It may be time for someone to come out of their shell. Someone may have been in hermit mode. Touché. Someone may have been in hermit mode for a while and it's time to come out of their cocoon. It's time to come out of your cocoon. There's also this, all right, so with that energy of like it's time to come out of your cocoon, someone may fight that. Someone may feel like I'm not ready, or someone may feel like I'm not entirely, I don't think I got it yet. That's what someone's like, I'm not sure that I got it. I'm not sure that I can. I'm not sure that I should. I'm not sure that I'm ready. You're ready. You can. You got it. Listen, right? What you have right now, today, what you have equipped, what you've learned, everything you've been through, everything you made it through, right? Everything you have, all the lessons you've learned, right? All the smarts, the agility, the knowledge, the wisdom, everything you have today, even in your faults, every mistake you've made up until today, up until this point, you have what it takes to get yourself to the next level of whatever your next level looks like. Because someone's definitely questioning, like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to work. This is what I like. I want to get my license. I want to get the job. I want to start the business. I want to start the family. Like, I want to do these things, but like, I'm not ready yet. Listen, if you wait forever, you ain't never going to be ready. You never going to be ready. It's funny because I referenced my dad in the Thanksgiving live, right? And it's something that, that's funny. So right when the pandemic hit, I was first talking to my dad about the tarot stuff. Because listen, if you're OG, you know I really struggled with doing tarot and having it like on YouTube and public and shit like that. And just with like some of my history from my father's side of the family, I just wasn't sure how my father was gonna take me even touching these cards, right? And so I had like many conversations with him about it in the beginning of the pandemic. And I always remember him, like I thought I was going to get a completely different reaction. So I don't want to go into like a whole story time. However, I always remember him telling me like, you're going to miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you can do it, if you can make it work for you, if you can help people in the process, why the fuck not do it? And I always remember that was like what I needed to like, oh, okay. Because I remember him telling me, like, so what if you only have like one deck? I remember him telling me one time, like, just make the cards. Like, just make them. What the fuck? Like, you don't need to buy them because it was the pandemic. So everything was like closing down. And I remember him saying that to me. This was very early on in the pandemic, like beginning, like before we even got locked down, before we even knew that it was going to be a whole fucking pandemic. We had already started talking about it. Like, I kind of just like threw the idea out there because I had already been watching and I was already like, I already had the idea. I already saw that I was going to be doing this, but there was something in me, like I said, because of my family history on his side, I kind of was like, damn, would he like disown me for this, you know? And so again, just tapping into my pops and just, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So someone's waiting for something to be the time to do something. It's never going to be the right time. Like, the right time is going to be when you make it. when you decide, when you say, you know what, today I'm going to start doing this. I want to start working out. I don't want to go to the gym, or I don't have time. Bro, you make time. You make time for the things you want. I don't know who I'm speaking to, right? Because it's very interesting to me that even on Thursday, when we came live on Thursday, and then the way that I was supposed to come live Friday, that's my normal day now, is Fridays coming live. And something told me yesterday, nah, I need to take a step back. I need to take a day, just don't even look at a fucking screen. Don't edit, don't vlog, nothing. Someone's trying to bargain too. There's an energy here of like, I'm trying to, because it feels like kind of like a little bit like banter. It's like I'm trying to bargain with like the universe. Like I won't do it right now, but if you show me that this is for me, then I'll do it. That's not how that works. If you feel it in your heart that this is for you, this is your calling, this is your goal, this is what your purpose is, this is what you want to do. If you feel it, that right there is the beginning of the test. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who I'm talking to, Charlotte, since you all in my grill. Because I literally, she's on me. I can't even move my arm. She wants to sit on my lap is the problem. That's the problem here. She wants to sit on my lap and she's looking at me like, there's no room for me to sit there. Right? She's not fucking with me. Stubborn. Why I got stubborn women around me? Why? The Emperor and the Seven of Wands. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. 100% of the chances that you don't take, you're going to miss. The Judgment on the bottom of the deck, for me, that's validation. That somebody's next move is exactly what you are always destined to be doing. Somebody's questioning if they're doing the right thing. I don't know if someone has lost someone significant, because I keep referring to my dad, which, I mean, it's been 4 years, right? And I still refer to him like if I talked to him yesterday, all the time, right? And so, but they're making me feel like someone may have lost someone, and it may not have even been recent. This could be like, I'm talking about someone that has passed a long time ago, but I don't know why. And I guess maybe this is something that's like kind of, they're making me feel like this is something that has occurred from time to time throughout someone's lifespan. So this is someone that has passed for a long time. But someone's making me feel like for some reason now, like as of recently, someone's making me feel like they think about their loved one more, like in everything that I'm doing. Like what I'm doing for work, is my grandmother proud of me? Is my mom proud of me? Is my sister proud of me? It's like that. It's like someone who is really close, or someone who was really close in life, but they're far because they've been passed. But there's an energy here of like someone wondering, someone questioning, and I'm like, Spirit is almost like, of course, how could I not be proud? Like, look at where you are. Someone has to really get into their gratitude, like their gratitude era, like understanding like what gratitude truly is. Because so the way that they're showing me this is like, if you truly had the gratitude for where you are in life, who you are today, everything that you have, everything that you've attained, everything that you've been through, everything that you've gone through, if you truly have the gratitude, and you wouldn't be questioning, is this person proud of me? Is this person in agreement with what I'm doing today, who I am today as a person, what I've done with my life, for some reason they're connecting that question with gratitude, because Spirit is telling me, I don't know if this is like, get into your Bible, get into your belief, get into your spirituality, whatever it is you resonate with, but like get into it, like put your whole foot in it, is how they're showing me this. It's like gratitude and grace too. Like, give yourself grace, because what you've been through has not been easy. Somebody is being very hard on themselves for something that they feel like they're lacking, that they should have had. That was a mouthful. Someone's struggling with feeling like they don't have something, or they haven't made it to a specific like level in their career, or Someone could be like, you know, I should be married by now. I should have kids by now. I should have a house by now. Whatever the case is, somebody's like, I should have, this should have been the case by now. In this job, I should have been at this level by now. It's like that. But spirit is like, who says you should have? Like, by what set of rules should you already have these things? Like, you have to have the grace to like, and the gratitude, grace and gratitude of like, yo, look at what you've been through. Look at what you did. Look at how someone really struggled through their 20s. Ooh, this feels very functional to me. Like, it feels very depressive, but it feels very functional. Like, this is the energy of somebody who was really struggling emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like, someone who was really struggling for a long time. Somebody may have even necessarily, somebody may have been specifically struggling with like self-love heavily in their 20s, early 30s, even, because someone's making me feel like they still functioned. So you still went to work, you still raised your kids, you still took care of your family, like you still did what you needed to do, but it was almost, and touche, right? Because it almost feels like tunnel vision. It's almost like I did all those things, but if you ask me today and I'm, I don't know, 45 or fucking 38, like however old you are, somebody's like, if you ask me today, I couldn't even tell you certain things from my past. And that's because tunnel vision. For those of us who drive, I always reference this. Sometimes people who drive regularly and do the same routes a day, even, it's like you have these moments where you drive from one location to the next location and you sit there and you're like, after you park, you're like, how the fuck? I don't even remember the route I took. It's tunnel vision. And so someone spent years of their life living that way. And I think that now, for whatever reason, spirit is calling someone to peel the layers back and really take a look at and be grateful, um, and have that compassion too for yourself of what you've been through. Somebody is really minimizing what they've gone through. I don't. They are keeping their foot on my neck with this message because it just feels like there's a part of me that's like, bitch, just pull another card because I just like, let's get off of this. But that's because someone, whoever I'm tapping into, feels uncomfortable discussing this. That's what's going on here right now. Because even I'm like, why the fuck this keeps coming up? But is that someone is struggling to address this, and it's like, it's not because you don't know these things. Because I don't feel like anything I'm saying is new to someone. I think someone, there's a part of someone that's like tucked away in the back that understands these things, but I think there's this, I don't know if this is fear. There's someone who's just like, I don't want to, like, I don't even want to open the box. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to dwell on it. I just want to, somebody wants, somebody, what they're doing is wanting to continue with that tunnel vision, which is essentially avoiding. Someone's avoiding looking at the truth, or the truths of what they've done, what they've been through, what they've dealt with, what they've gone through, the loss. There's a magnitude, there's a profound loss. I'm going back to whoever they lost. Someone has had a profound loss, and someone's making me feel like it's not just one. It's like this one, and then this one, and then this one. It's like I've been through a lot. If someone just doesn't want to revisit that, and I mean, I get that because it's painful. Because that's what this feels like. It's fear of like, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of me. What's inside of me, my feelings. I'm someone is it's interesting because they make it, they're tapping me into someone who is extremely compassionate, like with other people. But when it comes to their own shit and their own wounds, somebody is very much an avoidance. I don't think I've ever put it like that before, but that's what they're showing me. It's someone who, this person may even be like a caretaker of some sort, or may have taken care of, or even if it's like I'm talking to a mom, you know, that you're taking care of your children, type of thing. But it's like, and someone has that, they have that in them to where someone doesn't have kids, and it's because they needed to be a caretaker for someone else. Now, I don't, first of all, I don't want to stay on this message for too long because the way they just showed me that felt like it made me extremely uncomfortable. So the push for that message, because it was almost like spirit was like, this, like they made me see it. And then, so I don't want to stay on it for long, but whether this was a conscious choice for someone chose to not have children because, and I'm talking to a woman or a man. I don't, they're not specifying the gender, right? Which also could tell me, like, if I am, for example, talking about a woman, this woman is very much in her masculine energy, which makes sense to the message I'm tapping into. Because so that if this was by choice, this was someone who made a choice of, I'm not going to have kids because I have to take care of my sickly parent. Like my parent, you know, had a disease or had a long-standing illness or whatever the case is, right? For some, it wasn't your choice, and they're doing this to me. So it wasn't your choice to not have children. The choice was made for you to not have children because what you had to do, what you had to be, your energy needed to be here. You needed to take care here. I don't know what here is. Here could be a grandparent. Here could be a sibling. Here it feels like the choice was made for you. If I'm whoever I'm speaking to who fits into this category here, where the choice was made for you, because there's a thing here of someone may have even struggled with like fertility. I don't want to stay on this long. They may not know why. They may, even if you went to the doctors, if I'm talking to you, if this resonates for you, it's you've went to the doctors, you've tried to see your partner, whether you've been with one partner for the longest or you've been with multiple people over the years and you just never were able to conceive type of thing. There's an energy here of someone is like, I've tried. Like I've tried, I've asked, I've done tests, I've done things, and there's not one definitive, like it's not like a doctor said, well, you can't have kids. I don't feel that. I feel like if we're talking about facts, someone doesn't know for sure that they can't have kids. I don't think a doctor has said that. Whoever I'm speaking to, the choice was already made for you to not have children. It sucks. It's fucked up because whoever I'm speaking to, they had that desire of like being a mom, being a parent, right? But spirit is like you essentially you just weren't a parent in the regard with a child. You had a parent, someone that was just as important to your timeline as a child would have been. Someone may have lost a child. I don't want to stay on this. I can't, like me, the inner me, I'm like, it's too early for this shit. Somebody may be looking at me like, bitch, it's too early for this, but I can't click off because you on the money. I'm sorry, because this was not something that somebody may have lost a child. And I feel like they celebrate this child, but they don't say, which is that makes me sad as a person because I feel like, it's crazy because anyway, I'm not even gonna say that on live, but somebody has lost a child and they don't, I don't know why this is. I don't know if this is shame, if this is guilt, because it kind of feels like I just don't talk about it. I'm talking to somebody specifically here because for everything that's coming up, they're aware of it. And nothing I'm saying is new. They've heard this because they've said these things to them. They've acknowledged these things. They have noticed these things that they do and how they live. But this is something that they don't speak about out loud because they keep going like this to me, like out loud. Like they don't, this is something that they're not vocalizing, they're not voicing. Um, why? I'm not sure. And maybe they might not be entirely sure. They may not be entirely sure why they don't speak about certain things. But someone celebrates a birthday every year, or what would have been a birthday. Someone celebrates a day where someone may have miscarried, may have lost a child. For someone may have lost a child that was already like born or already alive, in a sense where someone was already months and they lost a child. Someone is celebrating this child though, which I personally think that's a dope thing. You know, you never forget your children. But for some reason, someone doesn't talk about it. I want to move on from this. I actually kind of want to pull from another deck because I'm almost a little bit hesitant to even keep pulling from this deck because at this point, I don't even know where we're going with this. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I don't want to talk about it. We're going to tap in with the inversion. Ooh. Two of Wands. Oh, Two of Wands, and then the Three of Wands at the bottom, which is a Five of Wands, which is literally somebody who's struggling with and the Nine of Wands. Um, everything I've just talked about in the last like 20 minutes or so can be very triggering for someone, extremely triggering for someone. Um, because the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, very masculine in energy. Like I said, very masculine. Someone could be dealing with a male who has Eight of Swords. Someone could be dealing with a male who has a lot of built up, like someone suppresses a lot of their anger, a lot of their hurt, which anger is essentially hurt. It's pain. It's pain that has fucking graduated. That's what anger is. So if you're dealing with a masculine, if you're dealing with anyone, woman or man, and they are hot-headed, very, very, very extremely, like, be careful how you step with certain things because this person may blow a gasket. It's because of that. It's because of pain and anger. That's what that is. I don't even know if this is on still. I think it is. Let's find out. You think so, Shyla? It is. She likes this incense thing. She sees the smoke and she's like, being a good girl? You're not getting in my way or nothing? You're expecting treats after this, aren't you? Yeah, she is. What flipped here? The Fool. The Fool. With the Nine of Cups. Someone's wondering. Someone either had a dream recently about. Someone had a dream that they were doing something. And then they woke up and they said, damn, that would be dope. And they kind of went about their day. Or like, damn, I wish. But they kind of went about their day and Spirit is like, well, why not? Why not do that? Why not get that? Why not buy that? Why not? Why not? Like, why not take that chance? Why not take that leap of faith? Someone could be having dreams. Someone's gonna elope. I don't know what the connection is to the dreams, but someone has heavily been thinking about eloping. Um, this could be someone who's already engaged. Someone could have already been engaged, but someone's like, because they're making me feel like, why not? Even the gesture that I just did, do not chew on that. I was just saying you was being a good girl. Don't do that. Yo, I don't know what's up with this girl in plastic. I don't know. Come on. Come. Someone, I don't know if obviously may not be you. It could be somebody that you know. So someone's gonna turn around and like you're gonna get a phone call from your brother one day and like, yo, yeah, me and Jenny got married, but like mad casual. It feels mad casual to me. And somebody else is like, but what the fuck you mean you got married? It's like, it was about time. Like we were gonna thinking about a wedding and this and that. We just got married. But this is like somebody who they've already been together for like mad long. It feels like, and because the feeling feels like, let's just do it. We already married. We live together. We have kids together. We have fucking 401ks together, life insurance. Like we got all these things. We're already together. Listen, once I'm cooking for you or like sharing bodily fluids with you, my nigga, we already married. Like somebody's like, we already married. Fuck it. This shoulder shrug that they're doing to me, somebody's like, fuck it. That's the attitude that someone has. It's not that they don't care. It's like it's natural. Like it feels like this is the natural next step. Like, yo, why not? Why would I not do this? I don't know. I don't I don't feel like a surprise to where it's like someone was single and then they just turned around and they got married. It doesn't feel like that to me. It just feels like, yo, you didn't tell nobody. Like, what the hell? And people are like, it was about time. We'll celebrate, I don't know, for the holidays, or we'll celebrate when the family's all together for the family reunion. We'll celebrate then. Like that. It feels like that. It feels very nonchalant. It feels very natural. It feels very welcome. That's the word. It feels very welcome. The Fool, the Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Temperance, and the Justice. This may be why something feels natural, because even if it's not a wedding, if it's not a marriage, there's something here that's coming in. It's a good thing, it's a positive thing, and I think that it's overdue. It's like something is long overdue, because with the Seven of Swords, someone has been through hell and back already. This is someone who went, if this is a relationship, romantic, someone already went through the fucked up part. Someone already went through the worst. Someone already dealt with the worst kind, right? It's that kind of energy where it's like someone now is, something now feels very Six of Wands, and it was face down. Someone's about to take a leap of faith on something, and it's going to be the best decision you make. Whether this is a fling, whether this is a relationship, whether this is a business thing, whether this is going out and getting married tomorrow in fucking City Hall, like fuck it. There's something here where someone is like, I've already, what can I lose by doing this? Like I'm not losing anything by doing this. And so I think that's the message. Whether it's a marriage, whether it's a job, it's the message overall is, what do you have to lose? Take the step. What do you have to lose? Six of Wands is something being successful. It's something being, someone may look at you, or other people maybe, come on, maybe looking at you like, you about to do this for real? Like you about to invest in this for real? And I don't want to say they're doubting you, but it low key feels like that. Someone can't, someone doesn't resonate or is struggling to resonate with why you're moving away, like why you're doing something, why you're not overreacting to something, or why you're not emotional about something. Someone can't understand, because we have the Seven of Swords is here. We're not going to act like the Seven of Swords is not here. There's a Seven of Swords here. And so someone has gone through something or experienced something, and the energy is someone else. Someone else's energy is like, you're not broken? So you're not going to sit in the corner and cry for 2 months? You're not doing that no more? Okay. Someone is very confused by this, which it's kind of comical to me, because right? Because it almost feels like that's what someone was anticipating. Someone was anticipating for the Queen of Cups to kind of be broken by something. And instead, what comes in for the Queen of Cups? Temperance and Justice. Sagittarius, Libra energy. This is moderation. Justice. It literally says justice on the card. Justice is, this is something that is it's rightfully yours. This peace, this tranquility, this easygoing relationship, this easy transition to a really important position at work, like whatever this is, it feels very, it's a natural next step. I don't know how this resonates for everybody. It's going to be different, but there's a natural next step, and it's going to be something, it's already, if it's for you, you will not miss it, right? And so this is something that's already written. This was always yours, but someone else is having a really hard time understanding. And it may even be a female. For someone here, someone may have had, if they don't still have, a woman specifically a woman in their life who is extremely manipulative and extremely vindictive, malicious even, because there's an energy here of people hurting people. And then when it's someone's turn to hurt you, they are very confused by why you're not reciprocating this energy, or why you have not reciprocated the energy. There's also someone who's very confused as to why you haven't been afflicted by this energy. And essentially it's because you have been affected, but you just didn't let that show, or you didn't let them see you squirm, or you took your time and you delegated. And so like, this hurt me, it changed me, it challenged me, but I didn't stay there. The plan was never to stay here, which is what I was saying even in the first half of this reading. It's time for someone to come out of hermit mode. If this was your norm, even if this was your norm, it's time to come out of hermit mode. You don't, there's only but so much licking of your wounds, your own wounds, that you can do. from in hermit mode. So it's time for someone to come out of their shell. It's time for someone to come out of their dungeon. Someone has been very depressed and very dark and moody and gloomy lately. The only way to get out of that is to literally take the first step out of it. No one can help you if you're not allowing them to help you. You can't help people who don't want to be helped, right? And so the same concept, if it's you, right? If you're the one in a dark space, what are you waiting for? The light to shine so you can then step out of that dark space? The light is never going to shine if you're choosing to live in the dark, if you're choosing to live in seclusion. No one can help you if you're not even sharing that you're going through something. No one can help you with something if you're not even sharing that you're open to them helping you with something. This is like, I don't know why. They're showing me like an animal, like a wild animal, like being stuck in like a hole. And then you pass by and you want to help the cat, you want to help the snake, you want to help the dog, but like if it's foaming at the mouth and it's vicious and it's looking at you like it's ready to eat you, you're going to keep it moving. You're going to haul ass. You're not going to put a stick down there to like help the animal up or like jump down so that you can help. Like you're not going to do that. Now, if you're walking by and the fucking kitten is crying or the snake is like withering on its back and it looks like it's dying, you even going to try to help the snake because you have a heart. There's someone here that's willing to help someone else, but the person that needs the help needs to be willing to receive the help in and whatever regard this is, whether this is a relationship, whether this is like a collective thing, whether this is someone struggling and they have a soul tribe, they have family, they have a village, but the village isn't going to show up if you're ready to fucking attack them. It's never going to happen that way. For someone here, they're going to get help, or even if it's like help that you never even imagined even coming through in this way, but it's like from a very unlikely source. It's like someone that you haven't spoken to in years, someone that you don't know personally. So you'd be surprised how much a stranger could help you more than a person that know you for your whole life. Because for a lot of people, it's easier to talk to someone that doesn't know them, so won't judge them. You'd be surprised. I did the awareness calls on via Instagram for many years. You'd be surprised how open people can be with someone who's a complete stranger, as opposed to how closed off they'll be to someone who is in the same home with them, close to them, with them, knows them for their whole life. That's not for everybody, right? But there's a lot of people out there who feel more comfortable expressing their deepest, darkest things, thoughts, feelings, emotions, fears with someone who they don't know. But someone isn't going to receive help if they're not even sharing that they need or are open to the help. Why are we about to do this? I don't know. Because somebody's watching me with the fucking iPad. We're not even going to talk about it. But so I can't see the comments. However, someone's watching me right now. Like, why the fuck did you take this out? Like, why? Why are you doing this to me? Because I can feel the energy of like, bro. But it's like, it's funny to me because it's like I love this. But like, we're going to go like this? Like, we're going to go into this? Why are you looking at me like this? I know you want cuddles. I just want cuddles. I just want to relax. I just want all your attention. I let you make pateles for 3 days and I didn't bother you and you still not giving me all your attention. I love you. She breaks my heart because she's fucking purring like grandma just hugged me. Yo, my tears come out because she's so fucking affectionate. I never knew a cat to be like this. She's just like a baby. I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby. I want all the love. I know. Because ask me if she'll go inside. Like, she won't even go inside unless I go in. She'll sit by the door and look at me like, hello? It's not the Shyla show. I hope Chincha is in the chat because it's not the Shyla show. It's not. I wonder if you guys can hear her purring because she's literally right by the microphone. It might sound loud to y'all. My bad. My bad. You smell good, my girl. You took a shower today. Did you? Hmm? Y'all see how she came up for a kiss? Don't embarrass me on live. Don't do that. These people think I'm a thug. Don't show them that I'm a little baby when it comes to my grandbaby. My baby. All right, but you can't cover the microphone because then they can't hear me. I'm still doing this. Come on this side. No? Okay. Y'all saw that? She's like, no. Shyla logic is like, let me stand right here in the middle of everything. I got her hair all over me now. She's like, let me stand right here in front of everything. And then she won't be able to do this anymore. That's your logic? Yeah, okay. You know what always bugged me out? Because even like when I watch other people who read on YouTube, all my favorite readers, with the exception of Queen Cup, all my favorite readers have cats. And like cats that want to be in the camera. So like, is that a thing? No. I was watching something, Balmy Spirit put something up. Rodin the other day, she was live, I think, and her cat Clyde, he's a fucking character. He's so cute. And he was all up in the table. And I was just thinking, like, damn, that's how Shyla be. Right? Yo. When I said somebody was damn near falling out of their chair when they saw this deck come out, and then the same, because I pulled from this deck the other day, right? Somebody was talking about this, matter of fact. Hold on. Let me use my spidey senses if I can remember. This was the other day. I don't remember if this was in the memberships. She literally got her paw on my stomach, like, hello, move back. I don't remember if this was in the memberships or if this was on. It couldn't have been the Patreon chat because we're not on Patreon anymore. And we don't have a chat for the memberships. It might have been Discord. Somebody might have been on Discord. We're talking about this card in this deck and how it came out the other day. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it got to be one of my girls because it was kind of dramatic. Like the way I read it, it was something I read. It felt dramatic, but I want to say it might have been one of my ladies. But really, even the guys that are in the collective, they kind of dramatic too. It's not just us ladies, but somebody was like, "Yo, my God, like you got to be fucking kidding me." I don't remember who the fuck it was, but the child. Somebody needs a break. Somebody needs a break. Um, Somebody also wants to be free from something. I don't know if this could be somebody who wants to be broken free from like their childhood trauma, their childhood shit. But somebody does make me feel like I need a break. So if somebody could be a parent and is very overwhelmed, let me tell you something. You deal with kids all day and you don't have no adult interaction. Oh, let me know how you feel. Let me know. Let me know because let me tell you, people always, men and women, always say like, how hard is it to be like a stay-at-home mom, bro? You know what it's like to watch Coco Melon for fucking 19 hours a day? To hear that shit, that you now, when you in the shower, when you get like 5 minutes to yourself, if you get that you're now singing fucking Coco Melon, like, it's not easy, bro. It's not. And I'm making it seem like I got a little kid in my house. Like, besides Shyla, my daughter's 18. So Coco Melon days was Caillou. Coco Melon didn't even exist when my daughter was going through this. But somebody's definitely making me feel like I need a break. I need a fucking break. Somebody could be having that conversation. You know, the fucked up part here, collective, is that whoever needs this break, this isn't news to people around you. You have either said this before, or this could even be like a conversation between two parents, whether you co-parent or not. Somebody's like, I need a fucking break. When can you take the damn children? The children you wanted, begged me for? Like, when can you take them for 24 hours? Because I need a break. Like, somebody's saying that. It's not that they don't love their kids, but it's like somebody needs a fucking break. They feel like they're about to snap. But the thing is, oh, Charlotte, I got your hair in my nose. The thing is with this, somebody's saying this, and the fucked up part is that someone else knows this already. You shouldn't be, and I guess this is the conversation or part of it, because somebody's like frustrated. Like, I shouldn't be asking you for a break. Like, they're part yours too. Like, why do I need to ask you for this break? You don't see me struggling? You don't see that I put on my sneakers backwards this morning? You don't see that I walked out the house with one UGG and one Timberland? You didn't see that today? You didn't pay attention? Like, somebody's like that. Somebody may have, if this was a marriage, somebody may have left a spouse simply because of this. And I mean, listen, to some this may seem very like small, like someone's like, what, you would throw away a marriage for this? But it's the principalities, like Big Worm said in Friday. Okay, like, it's the principle. If these are half your children, we are supposed to be a partnership, we are supposed to be a team. And if I got to remind you to pick up after these kids too, or if I got to remind you that I'm coming home after working 15 hours and then I have to X, Y, and Z because you were sitting here just assuming that I was going to take care, like, it's the principalities. Big Worm said it best. Because somebody's like, I left my ex because of this. Fuck that. Like, we will share the responsibility from different households. Somebody could be together still, but live separately. That's the thing too. Somebody's going through this now, and they're questioning, like, is this grounds to like move away from this? Like, do I leave this person? Because, like, does this change? Does this ever get better? I can't answer that question for you because everybody's different. There is something here, whether it has to do with kids or not, and whether it's a romantic relationship or not, because it could be a friendship, but there's something going on that someone is internalizing, right? So someone's asking themselves, like, damn, is this enough to not be this person's friend no more after 20 years? Is this enough for me to not be in this relationship after, like, is this enough? Is it enough for you? Because somebody's asking, is it enough, like, by society standards or like by my family standards? Fuck that. Fuck the society. Fuck the family. Fuck that. Fuck the kids. Is it enough for you? Are you overwhelmed by saying the same thing every day for the last 3 years? Are you overwhelmed? Are you to your breaking point? Are you at the end of your wits? Because really, self-love is not even getting yourself or allowing yourself to be worked up to the middle of your wits. Fuck the end of your wits, right? There's a question here, but I think someone's like internalizing it. Someone's asking themselves, like, damn, this is really enough to move away from it? Is it enough to drive you crazy? Is it enough to make you question this person? Is it enough for you to like look over and be like, nobody else saw that, just me? Oh, okay. Because if it's driving you crazy, it's enough. If it's something that's bothering you, it's enough. If it's something you've had to say over and over and over and over and over again, it's more than enough. It's funny because I'm like, this feels like simple math. And it is very simple. I think it's almost too simple, and someone is so used to fucking chaos that because it's as simple as this shit is not okay for me. I don't want to deal with it no more. That's as simple as it's supposed to be. That's when you know that you've like reached the point of like not giving a fuckness, right? But for someone, they haven't reached that level yet. Like someone is like still, didn't I say an hour ago she wanted to sit on my lap? Because she literally just pushed my stomach back. Like, listen, bitch, since you're just gonna keep talking, I'm gonna make myself comfortable. Hurry up. But like, how are we gonna fit like this? Lucky I put the microphone on because you got me all the way far from the camera. Do I know my girl or do I know my girl? Because you not the boss of me. You not. But I'm gonna let you run the show right now. But you not the boss of me. Somebody's gonna leave behind a mess. This is the second time we see the Six of Wands today. Somebody's gonna leave behind a mess. Or they left behind a mess. And when I say a mess, I mean like, so I've told this, I'm not going to tell a story here on YouTube. I've told this story on Patreon a few years ago, but in a gist, right? Because this is exactly the first thing they're bringing up to me. I had a breakup one time, right? And I lived with this person. And when I walked away from the relationship, I literally didn't say anything. I literally cleaned up, literally. The same way I would do every day, I cleaned up the house. I did the laundry that was in the washing machine. Whatever was mine or my daughter's, I took it. I packed it. Whatever was this person's, I took it. I folded it. I left it on top of the washing machine in the dryer. Like I cooked this, like everything I would have done on a day-to-day basis on a regular day. I did. I cooked. I left the food on the stove, like in Tupperware. I cleaned the pots that I used. I put them away. Like I cleaned before I left. And then I took my shit, everything, and I left and I never went back. Now, that is the opposite and in vibration. So someone may have, and so I guess not, it's not the opposite. Because spirit is like, it's the opposite, bitch. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't the opposite. Because what I didn't do was I didn't sit and go back and forth. I didn't sit in the chaos. I didn't take part in the chaos. I kind of left the chaos behind me because I didn't just wake up one day and said I was going to leave. I found out something that shouldn't have been happening. And instead of having a heart to heart about what I found out, I said, you know what? You can keep what I found out and I'm going to keep it pushing. We never spoke to this day. That was like 7 years ago. Not even, not even. That was over 7 years ago. Um, 13, 14 years ago, I want to say. Wow. Damn, it's been that long. I said seven. It wasn't seven. Definitely not 7 years ago. Um, and so the mess, I'm saying someone's leaving behind a mess. They're like what I just said, they're leaving behind the mess. You may have physically picked up. That's what I did. I physically made sure the house was spotless. The same way it would have been every other day, I did exactly that. The mess that I left behind was internal. Whatever you have going on internally, your mess, you can stay with it and figure it out. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to try to play Dr. Phil with you. I'm not going to try to play Judge Judy with you. I'm not going to try to divide assets. I left everything. The only thing I took of mine was like my clothes and my important papers and pictures. And I took all my daughter's stuff. Anything that was ours, anything that was accumulated in the relationship, any furniture, any other things stood behind. Even the joint account, the joint bank account, I closed it out, took out the money and pushed it in an account in his account and left. I didn't take anything. I left the mess behind. That's here what somebody's doing or what somebody's planning on doing. Right here. Reason why I'm saying this, and it's the, let me tell you, right? Because there's maybe people telling you like you're bugged out. You're bugged out. Half of that is yours and you're not taking your half. Somebody is over it. There's no banter. Somebody has no desire of like, you got that. That's just what it comes down to, because it's the Six of Wands. But if you look at the card, which if I get too close, I'm gonna knock her into the table. But if you look at the card, it's a mess. Everybody's mask is on the floor, which that's the thing for the Lenormand. With the Lenormand, every card, but besides this one, apparently has a mask on. It's a Venetian. There's everybody's mask is on the floor. That's also another thing too. Somebody has excuse me, that was disgusting. Somebody, this could even be spiritual. Somebody, God has revealed to somebody the truth behind the people that they're surrounded by, their group of friends, their family, whatever. Because the masks are off, literally. This card always gives me Virgo vibes. It's not the Virgo card. It's not a Virgo card, but it always gives me Virgo vibes because of the person on the card, which is fucked up because it's a scythe. So you left somebody to deal with their own shit, and they, to this day, even if it was 7 years ago, even if it was 15 years ago, somebody is still pointing the finger at you. You did that. You caused the mess. Because you chose peace, because you chose to not deal with their shit, someone's blaming you for how something turned out. You may not even know this, or you may have an idea of it, but you may not know it for a fact because you may not be in contact with this person anymore. Somebody's going around still blaming you, even if it's internalizing it. Like someone's internally blaming you for how their life turned out. And it's as stupid and as simple as like, I wouldn't be with this miserable partner that I'm with now if my ex from 10 years ago didn't leave me like that. That don't make no sense, right? It's stupid shit like that. I wouldn't be unaccomplished in life if it wasn't for this person. It's like, what the fuck? That sentence don't even make sense. Like, are you retarded? What's going on with you? I'm gonna teach you how to start pulling cards since you want to be all in the show. Y'all know, right? I love me some Alicia Keys. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, she's this, she's that, blah, blah, blah. Listen, if it's one thing I know, especially about like celebrities, you never believe everything you read or anything you read. Number one. Number two, if there's anything about an Aquarius woman, definitely never believe the shit that you read about them, but at the same time, believe everything you read about them. It's just an Aquarius thing. And so, no judgment, right? But I love me some fucking Alicia Keys. Always. Like, if I had to choose between her and Beyonce, it's not even a question. If I had to choose between her and Ashanti, it's not even a question. Like, just her vibe, the things that she does, right? For society, for women, for the culture, blah, blah. Reason why I'm saying all this is because I always go back to like her songs. I always make reference to that. And I know it was like last month or maybe even 2 months ago when I was talking about her Karma song. What goes up must come down. Dun, 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 dun. When I actually tapped into that, I didn't even realize it was her song. I was tapping into the beat. And when I pulled this card, that's what I heard. Dun, 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 dun. Six of Pentacles. Whoever is blaming you for something, whoever is trying to pin something on you, their house of cards is about to come down in a bad way, like in the worst way. Like it's reality checked. It's a reality check. There's something that's gonna pop off. This person is really. You may actually hear from this person again after X amount of years. You may actually hear from this person again because everything that goes up must come back down. That's what she says in the song. And so for years, this person could have been blaming this could be a parent, this could be an estranged family member, this could be a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic, but and for some of us, it could be you that's doing this or that has done this. Somebody has tried to put onto somebody else blame because they have avoided or not even. I don't even know if someone's avoiding this or is someone just not even aware that they're doing this. It could be different for everybody because there's just this feeling of somebody is refusing to be accountable for their shit. And the way that shit is about to hit them, it isn't even going to be like a good time at all. Not with that Six of Pentacles. And it's interesting because the Six of Pentacles is, especially it's a clover, this card here. It's supposed to be like a positive thing. But two sixes after the Page of Swords. And it's like karmic law. I don't have no emotion on the table. Like no cups. Let me say that. I have no cups on the table. It's swords, it's wands, and it's pentacles. It's karmic law. It's not personal. It's not personal. The karma that has touched you, it's not been personal, collective. It's just written this way. And a lot of times we go through things that seem like terrible karma and we sit there like, damn, we not fucking messed up people. Like, why the hell we going through so much shit? It ain't even your karma. But because you're such a decent person, like a genuine person, an authentic person, someone else's karma hurts you as much as it would hurt you if it was your karma meant for you. Because someone's making me feel like that. Like, I didn't I strive to be like a good person, a genuine person, a decent person, a compassionate person, a fair person, a kind person. And shit like this just keeps happening to me. And it's not that it's happening to you, it's happening for you. And really it's karma that has been accumulated by other people that are around you. So like let's say relationship, for example, if you're in a relationship with somebody and something happens, it breaks your heart, and it breaks that person's heart too. But it's almost like you kind of got the whiplash of what this person was already getting. You're too good of a person to be in a relationship with somebody like this. They will do their karma regardless to who they were with, what they were doing, who was around them. That karma was always theirs. It was always coming back for them. You just got the whiplash because you're there. It hurts you just as much because you care about this person. And so it's like you ever break up with somebody or lose someone that wasn't shit anyway to you, someone that didn't really make you happy, someone that probably hurt you and put you through hell, and you sit there for 2 years or 3 months, however long it takes for you. Everybody's different. And you sit there and you're like, damn, like what the fuck did I do to deserve that? Nothing. That's why spirit saved you from that shit. Did it hurt you? Yeah, but that's because of you. You're a good person. That's why it hurts you. Was it designed to hurt you? No, it's designed to heal you, to take you, to remove you from something that doesn't resonate, doesn't is not for you. It's not destined for you. It wasn't made for you. It doesn't fit in your life. It's not something that can teach you. It's not something that's gonna bring you abundance. And so that's why you're being removed from it. That's why we say the separation, the breakup, the bad news or the bad thing was actually like savior. It's actually something that was to help you. It was a blessing. It didn't feel like a blessing because collective is like, bitch, it didn't feel good. I know. But that ain't got nothing to do with God and spirit. That got to do with you. You're the one, you're a good person. You're a genuine person. And so what happened is somebody's personalizing something because the way they got me going on a tangent with this, somebody's personalizing things that they've been through. Maybe with relationships, maybe in regards to relationships, somebody's personalizing it stop personalizing it. When you personalize the shit that's going on in the relationships, it makes you feel like it's selectively happening to you, singling you out. It's because of you. It's not. A lot of times shit happens in relationships, especially even family shit. Like, anybody got the uncle that is like belligerent and they love him to death, but it's like, yo, the way you've hurt me in life, like, or the aunt that we're not even gonna get into that topic. Anybody got the parent that is like, no te soporto. Like, I cannot tolerate. I cannot be around. I cannot, like, it's just, it's too painful. It's too much destruction. It's too much chaos, right? So for some of us, this is even in regards to family. It's not just romantic. For some of us, it's in regards to family too. But it's these things that are taking place. It's not. Of course, there are lessons that you can learn. Of course, there are lessons that you can take from these things, especially if you're smart, right? You're gonna take these lessons and run. But a lot of this shit that's happening, a lot of the destruction that's going on, especially in the last like 10 years, is karmic law for these people. We're just there by default. We're getting the whiplash. The bullet wasn't intended for us. It just ricocheted and we felt the fragments. That's really how this plays out. And I think that's why in the end with the Six of Wands too, that's why in the end, it always seems like you're on top. In the end, you ever say like, I always get the last laugh. Like, my life could be in shambles for 9, 10 months out of the year. But when I'm up, I'm all the way up. There's never no doubt about that. That's because it wasn't the hardship that comes with these karmic ties. It's not, I'm not gonna say never, because we all have karma tied to us. But for some of us here, there's a lot of like some deep rooted shit that has taken place that you feel like is your karma, and it's not your karma. You just, again, like I said, you an innocent bystander, right? That's what they say. The Eight of Swords with the garden, which is very interesting because there's a fox. I mean, there's other animals in the card. It's a garden, but the one animal I recognized quickly was the fox. I think someone has really been taken back by this, especially the shit that has transpired in their life, because I feel like someone may be taking things as hard as like falling into a deep depressive state because of things that have transpired in their life. Again, whether it's romantic shit, whether it's family stuff, friend stuff, it's gonna be different for everyone. But I feel like ultimately, like I said, there is lessons for you if you're paying attention. There's always a lesson to take from things that happen. And with the garden, because the garden looks beautiful, but the majority of the animals, if not all the animals in the card, are animals that will tear your ass to pieces. In the wrong second, that animal will tear your ass to pieces. It's a snake, the fox. There's a few other animals in the card. The point of the matter is, right, with this Eight of Swords, I think a lot of us are going to be forced to stop painting these fraudulent, pretty pictures. Like, a lot of us, we're going to be pushed into an energy where in the past we might have been romanticizing certain things, certain relationships, certain situations. I don't think we're going to have the room to do that anymore. Like, whether we're choosing to still do it, because for a lot of us, we are still going to choose to do this. We're going to try anyway. But I don't energetically. I feel like at some point here soon, we're no longer going to have the option to romanticize things that are it. Listen, even if it's not your karma and you just got hit by a ricochet bullet, you still got to go through the motions because you have to be accountable for the fact that you were there, you were that close. You may have known better than to be that close to this person, to the situation. Because for a lot of us, a lot of times, even if it's romantic, we deal with people and we know better than to be dealing with these people, these type of people, this person in general is, we know better. And by the time their karma comes around, the karma wasn't for you, but you do have to be accountable for the fact that you were there and you were entertaining and you were parlaying and you were part of that. And so it may not have been your karma, but it's your responsibility to work through the fucking motions because you put yourself in that position or you kept yourself in those positions. The heart. The heart is a really difficult energy. And it's the only card of cups that we saw in this whole time of me pulling um from this deck. The heart is difficult because the heart, it's people that are the closest to you. It's the people that you love the most. It's the people that you sacrifice the most. The story, really quickly, because I'm about to wrap this up. The story behind the heart card is between a mother and a son. Um, and it's essentially an adopted mother because the mom isn't a birth mom. The mom had children that she had given birth to, but she took in a son and she loved them equally, if not more, right? The way that Eugene put it in the book, if not more, because the other siblings would have said like that was the favorite, even though he wasn't hers biologically. Either way, the point of the heart card is that no matter how much or no matter what she did, the mother, to show, to tell, to prove to this son that she loved him, that she accepted him, that he was hers regardless, no matter what. Because of this son's own demons and his own insecurities and his own shit that he had going on, he refused to believe it. It was nothing that the mother did. It was everything that the son had going on and just was refusing to work through, fix, acknowledge, to be accountable for, etc. Ultimately, the son kills the mom. He stabs her, and in her last breath she looked him in his eyes. He stabbed her in the, like, he ripped her heart out essentially, but in her last breath, the last thing she told him was that she loved him anyway. She still loved him. What happens is the rest of his life he goes through, if he thought he was fucked up already, he was going to be 10 times more fucked up now, because the only person that gave two fucks about him, he's the one that ended up killing. He ended up hurting that person. And essentially now he ends up with no one, because the only person that showed him love and genuine care and shit, he got rid of. And so karmic law, like, I think that's gonna be our next, and I'm a little bit worried, I'm not even gonna lie, because like I said in the beginning, today's the 30th of November, it's the last day of the month. Tomorrow we start our live miss, which means we'll be live every day. I've had the luxury, me the reader, I have had the luxury of coming here, breaking down these energies, and then going a whole week, 6 whole days without having to tap in again. And like, I, even when I do the lives on the membership or when I do the content for the memberships, like, I can tap in quick and tap right back out. Starting tomorrow, I'm not going to have that luxury for a whole month. So for the pre live miss reading, because today was a day, this was different. This, I feel like it's been a while since we had a reading like this, and this always happens to us. We'll go for a few weeks, sometimes even maybe a month or two, without having like a read like this, and then when it hits, it's like it's a pivot essentially, because it's like it's dead for a while, and then it's just like the charts are crazy. I don't know how to, they're showing me a fucking, like, a chart, a physical chart. Oh Lord, this worries me for the rest of the month of December, but I mean, it's a good thing, because I guess, oh my God, you're so warm. You guys remember Tiny Toons? Elmira? I just want to hug you and love you and squeeze you. The crazy thing is she loves every minute of it. Anyway, live miss tomorrow. If anybody who's new, I don't usually set a specific time that we're going to be going live every day, because on a day to day, I got a million and one things going on. So I don't want to promise you guys a time and then I can't deliver. So what I do that works for everyone is I do my best to set the live, sometimes 2 hours if I'm lucky, an hour if I'm pushing it, in advance before we go live, just to give everybody the chance to know that we're going to be live. So if you don't have your notification bells on, please turn them off and then turn them back on, just to like, because YouTube be acting funny. If you want to be notified for the live streams, again, December 1st, starting tomorrow, we're going to be live every day. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be doing the wish list. I had a few of the members, because I talked to the members about this. I had quite a few of the members tell me, like, you can't do live miss without the wish list. Like, it just goes hand in hand. And I mean, I low key agree. It's just my own personal shit, especially this last few months with the Patreon stuff that was going on, that kind of got me in my bag and feeling the type of way where I don't really feel like doing the wish list, because I feel bad, for the way certain things went with Patreon, or are going with Patreon, because it ain't over. But so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the wish list yet, but if I do, it'll be in the description box starting tomorrow. I mean, I'll let you guys know once we get live. Like, once we go live tomorrow for day 1, which tomorrow is a new moon. Again, December, we're gonna have 2 new moons this year. So I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. But the Sagittarius new moon is tomorrow, December 1st. And if you're on the Eastern time. The 15th of December, we have the full moon in Gemini. And December 31st, New Year's Eve, which is a very difficult day for me, is going to be the Capricorn new moon. And so, in my mind, I'm like, am I ready for this? Bitch, I was born ready. I ain't got no choice, because we in there. You heard? I love you guys wholeheartedly, man. I fuck with you guys the longest way. You already know the deal. If anything resonated here today, I was going to say tonight. If anything resonated here today, please don't hesitate to hit the like button, because it helps the channel and it's free. It don't cost you nothing. For the members, we are definitely going to be live still, even though we're going to be doing live miss. We are still going to be tapping in. We were doing like Thursdays. I don't know if we're going to stick to Thursdays. I think I'm just going to keep it a little bit random, just because I got the daily stuff going on the vlog channel and on the tarot channel. So I don't want to push it. I don't want to push myself to that point of like burnout. So we are still going to go live on the memberships, but I don't want to set a day. Maybe January we'll start setting a day for the members. Maybe January. Either way, I love you guys. It's Saturday. Have a good weekend. If you haven't gone outside, go outside. Even if it's cold. I know it's starting to get brick. Especially like, it's starting to get brick. It went from summer to like brick ass outside. But enjoy the sun while you can. It gets really dark really early. So do that. It's the weekend. Don't be out there drinking, acting crazy. Please and thank you. I mean, you know what I was thinking? I'm like, how fitting is it that the 1st of December, which kicks off our live miss, starts on a Sunday? It's on a Sunday. We used to do Sunday service. And so I'm like, yeah, Sunday. So I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Ugh, my back. Shina's about to fuck me up. She's at the door giving me the evil eye. So I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push my luck. I love you guys. And we'll be up tomorrow. Definitely.